Okay, the social system, the social class system in Britain. And do you remember what we said about how can you make the distinction among people? What make it? That's right. The way, the appearance, the clothes. What else? Manners. What else? Accent. Right. Especially the accent. So what is the standard accent? Do you remember what we said last time? Cockney, no. Cockney, what is the accent? That's right, it's more the working class accent. And how about the RP? What is the RP for? That's right, received pronunciation, which is the standard, a standard one. Then, what did we study last time? You remember you listened to the tape. What was it about? The difference between the youth. That's right. And it is it the gap generation? Remember last time? Did we study that? The youth and the old generation. So what was the difference between the two?
Yes, of course. Young people, of course, they have much time, spend much money than the old ones.
Okay, so first of all, the young generation can spend much more money. They are more
very independent.
That's right, they are more independent. What else?
And better educated.
That's right, the young generation is more educated than they used to be. And wow, do you remember we said that the old generation should learn from the young? What should they learn from the young generation? That's right, how to enjoy life, right? Remember we said that. Why do you think that the old generation should learn from the young generation how to enjoy life? Why? Because what we were saying that the old generation is always thinking of what?
Thinking of the past events, for example.
Oh, that's right. Over past events, that's good too, right? What else?
Use violence to solve problems.
Okay, sometimes they use more violent means to solve problems. What else? That's right. They think more about material life. Right? While the young generation prefer to relax and to enjoy. You remember we said clothing? What was the clothing about? The way they dress. How do they dress? The young prefer to be
fashionable.
Okay, certainly fashionable. The old generation doesn't think about it. What else? What is the goal of life? You remember? What did we just say? Do you agree with the author? Because it was, the point of view of the author, right? So how about your opinion? What do you think? Do you agree? Or how about the Vietnamese? If you compare, between the Western way of life and the Vietnamese way of life, do you share the same opinions? You please.
In my opinion, I think in one way it's okay, but there's some difference in our Vietnam. For example, in Vietnam, the old people are quite different from the young ones. Because the young need to do something they like, though the parents accept or not. But the old people just think that they have experienced something in the past. So the young must study what they have experienced, for example. And I think in this case, the young people will be much influence about the past event, and they don't have much time to improve themselves.
Okay. So you think that in Vietnam, because we respect the old people, we learn experiences from the old generation, but we also think more independently. That's what you think. And what else? Could you give me other example to compare with between the Western way of thinking and the Vietnamese way of thinking?
I think there's the same point between the two cultures. For example, the old person in Vietnam always think of the past events. So I think that is the familiar. That's the same point. The first difference, which is familiar.
Okay, so you think that the both generations think of the past events and also
they always complain about.
And they always complain?
Not always. Sorry. They always complain about the youth.
Oh, okay. You think that the old generation always complain about the youth. Why? Why do they complain about the youth? Huh?
That's because they look grown up more than the old person.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and some opinions, some ways of life.
The way of life is certainly the way of life is different. Now today the lesson is about men and women, right? The challenge of new roles. So group 1, could you come and present briefly? So what is the topic you want to present to the class, right? Could you come over and explain to the class what would you like to do? The assignment. So I give you this article, right? And this article is from which magazine? Do you know? From which magazine? Yes, it's up to you. You do whatever you like. You know, you are free. Just go ahead.
So today our group talking about men and women, especially in British society.
Okay, British society.
And maybe I can summarize what I take, some information from this. Yes. First, this is a challenge of new roles between men and women, and you should know the causes of this event. You see, there are 3 main causes. First, because of the Industrial Revolution happened in between the 18th and 19th century, that lead to you see many labor-saving devices in the home that make and that's the one. And next, the ideas on women liberation. And,
in which period of women's liberation you are talking about? Because the Industrial Revolution occurred, when did it occur? You said in the 18th and the 19th century. So you cannot mix up, right? The women's lib is a more recent, modern movement. So when did it occur? The women's liberation, when did it happen? Group 1, who's in charge of this topic? Who else? You? So when do you think that the women's lib happened? Yeah? When? In which? Yeah? Tell me. When?
maybe after World War II.
After World War II? Why do you think it was after World War II?
Just guess.
Huh?
Just guess.
Just a guess. So there is no argument about that. Why? Yes. Why do you think after the Second World War you had this idea of women's liberation?
Because after the 2 World War, where the men have to go to the field to fight, and women at home take the work on the farm and on the factories, which previously are done by men, and they can do it well. So the society view to women's role change, and women they see their own potential too.
Okay. Do you agree with what she said? Do you agree with this? Yes, everybody is. So, can you give other reasons? Can you give other reasons? So that's right. So you have this is the idea of economic independence, right? Because as she said, women before stayed at home. And then after the Second World War, they started to think that they should be more independent and have their own jobs, and also bring economic help. What else?
Now I come to the part of the process of the development between the 2 roles of 2 sexes.
Okay.
Yes. You see, as we say, the Industrial Revolution is one of the causes. So, in my opinion, then the challenge of new role begin with the revolution, Industrial Revolution.
Oh,
yes.
It's old. Yeah? Do you agree with her?
In this case, I have one idea.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me your idea.
You see, because in the last century, the women they wanted to improve that they could have some position as well as
Men.
the men. For example, they can get a high position as the others, and they want to share the position and the roles between them and the others, and want to be lively and to be equal.
Okay.
I think so. Do you agree with me about that?
You see, in my opinion, women's role in society have begun to change with the event of the Industrial Revolution. Because at that time, then, there are many technological inventions, and so many labor-saving devices that that can replace the role of the women at home. so she can go out to work.
Okay, so I think you are mixing up, you see? Because the Industrial Revolution occurred in the 18th and the 19th century, while you are talking about labor-saving devices. And the labor-saving devices, what are they? Can you give me examples of labor-saving devices? Like, that's right, washing machine. What else? Huh? Pardon? What else? Washing machine. What else? Huh? Yeah? Vacuum cleaner, right? What else? All the robot? Oh. I don't think that robot can cook for you, right? Not yet. We are talking about the few.
Just the some work.
Okay.
Not all the work.
Okay. So you see that with the labor-saving devices, you have the women can. That's right. They can be more independent, so they can go out and work for themselves, and they can bring money home. You know, it's not only the role of men. That's why we are talking about that. Okay. So yes.
Excuse me, teacher. I think one more further. Does make women go out? Does it need for earning the money for the
Of course, certainly, because now economically, not only because women want to be economically free, but they also want to bring their own share, right? Because men cannot work alone. They have certainly. I agree with you. Yeah. Do you agree with her idea? Yes. Do you think that a woman should share the financial expenses of the family, or she should stay at home? How about men? Tell me.
So I think it's right. So men and women have the same role of rearing children. Yes, and they have to share. They have to share, you know, the wages, the income. Yes. I think that assures the happiness of a family, a modern family.
The happiness of a modern family. How about the ladies in our class? What do you think? Yeah, you haven't said anything so far. So
I think that it's right. You should share the first financial expenses with the men to help them to do business and to support the family.
And how about the other way around? Do you think that men should help women to do the housework? What do you think? Certainly. 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 But how about our Vietnamese society? How about our Vietnamese society? Do you think that men help a lot in the family? No? So this is your duty, all of you girls.
Make a revolution.
To make a revolution. So you have to think that men and women, because they have also to have a job, right? They have also to share the housework. Yes?
But the important thing is the man is the main role in the families, and he has much influence on their children.
Do you think that men has more influence than women?
No. As you say, men make home, but women make men make house, but women make home.
You see?
Their children. The father has much influence on their children.
So I think the children may be more terrified by the father, of course.
She used the word terrified. She said that the children are more terrified by the fathers, but they love the mother.
They listen to the advice of the mother much more.
Ah, okay. Do you agree with that? Yes. Okay. All right. So, can you develop your ideas now?
Yes, and now I continue. You see, first, so far, previously, women are just carers in the family.
Home carers.
Home carer.
Can you write down the subject? Home carers. Why do we use the term home carer?
Because she take care of the home, the
Why
family.
don't we use the word house